Socialists of America is taking over the Democrat Party, but the Democrat Party may be losing its grip on some of the Hollywood pundits that they need to be able to push their message to the American electorate. Bill Maher, just this last Friday, put a huge no vote in for the DSA, their platform, and said he will never be a Democrat if this continues. Let's have a listen.
And finally, new rule: Donald Trump has told 1 trillion lies, but when he says the Democratic Socialists of America are actually communist, that's not one of them. And it's not hard to prove it, just by quoting the DSA and their candidates. J.D. Vance was on the show, and I told him that if the Democratic Party keeps going in the direction of the DSA, my vote was in play. And all I heard all vacation was, oh my God, you're a Republican now. No, that's not what I said. I said in play. And here's why. Because not a week goes by where I don't read about some newly chosen, exciting new face in the Democratic Party. And then when that face opens its mouth, the Communist Manifesto or some other crazy shit comes out.
Right.
Again, let's just read the quotes. The DSA platform says you work as much as you are able and no more than needed. If that was any closer to Karl Marx's dictum, from each according to his abilities to each according to his needs, they'd be sued for plagiarism. New York Mayor Mamdani once tweeted Karl Marx's words exactly. They're not trying to hide it. Their most popular influencer, Hassan Piker, thinks communism is so groovy. He laments the fall of the two of the most murderous regimes in history, the Soviet Union and Chairman Mao's China. Mamdani's aide, his top aide, Sia Weaver, said, if you don't believe in the government's sacred right to seize property, it's over, and impoverish the white middle class.
So listen to the close that Bill Maher is going to put here, because you're going to start to hear some big-time buyer's remorse from Bill Maher ever having propagated and pushed any of these DSA candidates, which he did early on when they didn't have a lot of power. This is the same thing that's going on with Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries in D.C., where you kind of placate these little socialists when they are just a little group and that they don't have a voice. But as soon as this starts to take hold, this becomes very, very concerning, because, again, the progressives have taken over the Democrats and the socialists are now taking over the progressives. So where Bill Maher is going is actually where the majority of the Democrat Party is going, which is raising a huge flag on what is about to happen to their party.
What? That's a goal? You know you're supposed to scare people into voting for you, right? One of the new soon-to-be Democratic Congresspeople, Darlesia Chevalier, supports seizing all properties from landlords and said, seize the means of production. Mamdani has said the end goal is seizing the means of production. I think they want to seize the means of production. Now, maybe you missed that in school or missed school altogether, but that's communism. Now the coalition within the DSA, called the Marxist Unity Group, is in Ascendant, and I must take them at their word when their words include, our commitment is to the long-term struggle for a fully liberated, classless society, in a word, communism. What do they have to do? Tweet out, elect more communists? Oh yeah, Sia Weaver did that. Yes. Good, I'm glad you're shocked.
See, the shocking part is that back in 48, when we had this whole witch hunt for communists and Marxists within our government, they were hiding in the shadows, and we saw this Hollywood elite start to get controlled by some of this movement, and now they're no longer in the shadows, and that's the problem that the Democrats have, that this message is not going to resonate at the national level, and you start to see this with Bill Maher. And I'm not giving Bill Maher any undue credit. I think he's a fool. But what he represents is important for us to notice, because he's representing a large grouping of what would be a traditional left-leaning Democrat. He's just short of progressive. It's kind of depends on the issue. But now we're starting to see Mamdani, AOC, the Squad, Sia Weaver, right? People that are being installed into the administration of the Mamdani mayoral office that believe these things and actually go one step further where they're no longer in the shadows. So the question really becomes, this big tent message that you're hearing from DC for the Democrats, do they have the capital in their bank accounts to be able to afford placating to the communists and the Marxists now that they're no longer hiding in the shadows, and now that the leadership of the Democrats is making this message saying, oh, don't worry, we're a big tent party, we can handle it. There's no handling this, and this is going to be extremely unpopular at the midterms for the Democrats. So they're going to test this and see that it's going to fail spectacularly with the soccer moms in Iowa. But then they're going to have to regroup, because just weeks and months after the midterms, which is just 2.5 and 3 months away, then we're going to roll into the presidential election cycle, and that's where they're going to have a real problem. So I think nobody put it better than Ronald Reagan. So I'm going to leave you with this clip as we roll through what the DSA party means to the Democrats. So again, nobody had a better take on this than Ronald Reagan, and nobody in our history battled communism directly better than Reagan, obviously with Gorbachev and everything that he did. The point in the take-home message is this, is that as you're listening to the discussions from your Democrat friends, you need to ask your question, are they starting to come out of the shadows with a Marxist and communist bent? Or are they a typical progressive? Or are they a left-leaning moderate Democrat? The truth of the matter is that the left-leaning moderates are no longer driving the party message, because you're starting to see the foothold of Mamdani, of AOC, of the Bernie bros and Bernie, etc. This is a big problem. The Democrats need to get a hold of it, or they will get demolished in the midterms. Be sure to like and subscribe to The Chris Locke Show for the latest America First news, conservative commentary, and the stories that mainstream media refuses to cover. These two videos right up here, they're going to be next. Pick your favorite. I'll see you over there.